Most beginner intimate producers waste a lot of time finding the right techno bassline that will work for their track. This is because they don't know what to look for and they are hoping for luck just browsing through presets. So in this video I will show you simple sound design bassline tricks that I know that work because I've heard them in the club and they sound really good. They have been featured in my releases on labels like Ban, Psilocybina or Lotus Parable. Okay, so without further ado, let's dig in. So to start off, we will work with Operator, and I'm using a preset I already did in the 24 techno presets for Hypnotic techno producers. If you want to check out this pack, the link is above, and to download, you just click in the link in the description. So this is a simple Operator patch. And let me just walk you through this. So we only have one operator on, which is square wave D. So yeah, you can choose this one. And then I have enabled filter. So without, let's just hear how that sounds. Yeah, let me just. This is really basic patch, so this is how that sounds. I'm playing some 16 notes. Yeah, so let's turn on the filter. Let's just, okay, I have also a roar. Just adding volume. I will tell you about it in a moment. Let's turn on the filter. So what filter is doing, and here are some crucial things. First off, we have the filter envelope, and as you can see, I have the decay at around 500 milliseconds and envelope at 5%. What does it mean? This is really important. When you set up the envelope percentage, so I have it linked here, you set up how much of the filter envelope would influence the bass sound. So let's hear that with drums. So the more envelope I add, there's more snappiness, yeah, and I can have that even more, being shorter. Now the sound is longer because of the decay. So those two parameters are super important, and you can get so much just by I'm not even touching the frequency here. I'm just less envelope, more envelope. Okay, so what do we have going on here? We have a shaper, soft. If I turn it off, it's okay. It just adds a bit more harmonics. Then what is really important, and this is key for making this sound be alive, so you want to enable velocity here. So what does it mean? I have the second clip here. So here the velocity is all at the same level. That's why we hear that it's constant, like the same level, but here I have different velocities. So you see, different velocities per different takes, and just by let's turn this one down to 0. Let's crank it to like 50%. I want to do the same thing on the filter. So this is the setting, frequency to velocity. When I set it up, I have a link here. Now what's gonna happen? Whenever there is a difference in velocity, my filter is gonna open up more. You see, if I would turn it to negative values, my filter would close even more if the velocity would rise. So let's hear it in the da. Yeah, we can accent certain notes without. Yeah, so we are getting this bassline alive. What's happening more? We can add frequency to key. What would that mean? That if we raise a pitch, the filter will open up a bit more as well. So there's like an extra tone, and we have it here. Like I've raised a couple notes in this bass line. Let's hear it. Yeah. It's actually working that way because the C3 is the middle and we are below, but this also influences the filter. You see, so I can do so much with my filter, and I haven't even touched the filter frequency as most people do. And then I'm having a roar. So I'm using preset bass crunch, but I've modulated it a bit. So what I like to have is this comp filter. I think if we turn it off. So this one is threefold shape. Yeah, on stage 1, 30%. I'm using parallel routing. And then stage 2. This comp. And there is modulation of the filter. So filter is being modulated by envelope. LFO2. Let's make it a bit faster. Yeah, that's nice. So right now, to get to the classic hypnotic techno sound, we already have a lot of modulation we can do, and now let's send it to return channel C, where I have echo 100%. And also I'm kind of doing some modulations here. So this is my echo, dotted notes, slightly apart, feedback, let's say 40%, dry wet 100% on. And then what you want to do is set up some modulation. So the modulation of the filter, so this will actually modulate this thing, yeah? So the repetitions are being filtered, and we are modulating the frequencies, and we're modulating the delay, so delay time. So they're kind of like gonna drift, and that's gonna give us this super nice echo, we think. And why? One thing I want to mention, this is super important, and if you are not doing this correctly, this will wreck your low end. So you hear, it sounds really clear and punchy. Yeah, we could try to achieve the same results by adding echo. As you can see here, I have an echo. Yeah, if I do that, we could say that's nice, but I'm losing the punch, the preciseness. Yeah, it's all like washed. So it's like a blub. I call it blub. Way better, it's gonna sound more powerful in the club. It's gonna, when you do it this way, so when you're gonna have a return channel, an echo and return channel. Why? Because then you don't spread the main sound, you are just adding the delays to the whole thing. Yeah, I could hear it in my headphones, and I've been testing this in the club, and this sounds way better. So you want to really avoid that. Okay, so next thing would be just to add some extra sounds. As you can see here, this is also available in this pack, so make sure you download it. The link is in the description. You'll get this pack, and then in the email sequence you will get links to a few more. So this is a cool ambience maker you can use. Some effect tool, and we're having this cool sound that gives us the, and let's turn on the, and let's play with. Just using filter decay time. just adding more envelope, a lot of envelope. Let's heighten, less envelope. Okay guys, I hope that was useful. If so, let me know in the comments, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you watch this video if you want to learn more about creating interesting basslines in Ableton Live. Till the next time, bye.